Picture this. A time when Africa wasn't just surviving, it was thriving. Massive cities, booming trade networks, and leaders so strategic they'd make today's CEOs look like interns. Ancient Africa was home to some of the most powerful and sophisticated empires in history. So, here's the big question: if these great civilizations did it before, why can't modern Africa do it again? What lessons from the past could help shape a stronger, wealthier, and more united Africa today? Stick around, because some of these lessons might just blow your mind. Let's start with trade. The Mali Empire, under Mansa Musa, was literally dripping in wealth. This guy was so rich that when he traveled to Egypt, he spent so much gold that it crashed the economy. But here's the real takeaway: Mali's wealth didn't just come from gold. It came from smart trade policies. The empire built powerful trade networks across Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. Today, Africa sits on trillions of dollars worth of natural resources, but here's the problem: we export raw materials and buy back finished goods at a much higher price. Imagine if Africa processed more of its own resources, just like Mali did. The result? More jobs, more industries, and an economy that isn't dependent on outsiders. Now, let's talk about unity. The Ashanti Empire had a genius way of bringing people together. They had something called the Golden Stool, a sacred symbol of unity that kept the kingdom strong. They understood something crucial: divided people are easy to conquer. Now, fast forward to today. Many African countries struggle with tribal and political divisions. But imagine if modern Africa took a page from the Ashanti playbook, creating stronger national identities based on shared values, not just colonial borders. A more united Africa means a more powerful Africa. And what about education? Timbuktu, during the Songhai Empire, was the Harvard and Oxford of its time. Scholars came from all over the world to study science, medicine, astronomy, and law. Back then, education wasn't just about passing exams, it was about innovation and problem solving. Today, Africa has some of the fastest growing youth populations in the world. But to truly build the future, education has to be more than memorizing facts. What if we focused more on teaching skills, technology, and entrepreneurship, just like Timbuktu's scholars did? A knowledge-driven economy could change everything. Here's another game changer: infrastructure. The Great Zimbabwe civilization built massive stone cities without mortar, and these structures still stand today. That's engineering brilliance. In contrast, modern Africa often struggles with weak infrastructure. Roads, energy, and transport systems need serious upgrades. But the good news? Many African countries are already investing in mega projects. If we combined ancient architectural knowledge with modern technology, Africa could build cities that rival the best in the world. Now, let's talk about leadership. The Kingdom of Kongo had a leadership system where the king ruled with the advice of councils. It wasn't a one-man show, decisions were made with input from different sectors of society. Today, some of Africa's biggest challenges come from poor leadership and corruption. Imagine if leaders adopted the Congo system, listening to experts, involving communities, and actually being accountable. It's not just about having leaders, it's about having the right kind of leadership. And finally, one of the biggest lessons: self-reliance. The ancient African empires didn't wait for outsiders to develop them. They built, they innovated, and they controlled their own destiny. Today, Africa receives billions in foreign aid, but that often comes with strings attached. What if African countries focused more on investing in homegrown industries, supporting local businesses, and creating policies that prioritize African solutions to African problems? The bottom line is this: Africa's past holds the blueprint for its future. These empires didn't have advanced technology or foreign investments, but they built civilizations that amazed the world. The potential is already here. The question is, will modern Africa use the lessons of the past to shape a better future? If you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. And drop a comment: what's one lesson from Africa's great empires that you think we should bring back today? Let's get the conversation started.